Yo, what's good? What's good? It's your boy, Mind's Maturity. It's another episode of CanBo Greens. Hey, man, y'all like that intro, I hope. Hey, your boy gonna come with that fire every night with that intro. But hey man, try to always change it up for us, man. Try to change it up. Much more to come, and I'm gonna try to add other things to the mix besides, you know what I'm saying, that song popping off. I'm gonna do that in the beginning, I'm gonna do it at the end. And in between that, man, I'm gonna start working on other little different things in between, man. But the goal is to get creative. And man, that's what I'm gonna try to bring every night is creativity, man. Keep it original for y'all. I ain't trying to you know what I'm saying, give y'all some, you know what I'm saying, some watered down information, half stepping on nothing, man. The goal is to bring it every night that I'm on and put in that work when I'm developing and setting the stuff up for y'all. Because guess what? I appreciate and value time. So, hey, I appreciate y'all. Let's get it. Before the show starts, hey, I want to talk about, promote this show, Campbell Greens. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Like the show. Subscribe, share the information. Like I said, man, I do this for us. I do this for us to have a better understanding of self in the most rawest way, not to try to give you what you like to hear, but what you need to hear. So pass this information along. Check out my website, mindsmaturity.com. I have massage oil, have tincture oil, and I have hemp flour. Like I said, man, we about to do other couple more things with that, man. We about to get more involved when it comes to edibles and etc. But stay tuned on that as well. But it's time to get the show popping. Let's get the show popping. Tonight, we're talking about pain, pleasure. Yes, that's what we're talking about tonight, pain, pleasure. And let me tell you, man, I came up with this idea in the most craziest way because, man, I have like a problem I used to always do. I'm slowly starting to not do it as much as I used to. I don't really do it that much now, but I caught myself almost doing it today. And that is to kind of like pick on like the side of my fingernails and pick the skin and whatnot. And so it's like it hurts, but it feels good at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a pain, but it's a feel good pain. And but at the same time that it feels good and is in pain, it's damaging my skin, my tissue around my nails. It's not a healthy thing, but it feels good and it hurts at the same time. So when I caught myself doing that and I thought about that moment, that's when I came up with this title, Pain Pleaser. You know what I'm saying? Because that was always a way that I can feel pain, but it felt it in a way that it satisfied me. Weirdly, but it worked. The root of that was based off of anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Like I got that anxiety issue where I can't stay still. You know what I'm saying? I'm always anxious. You know what I'm saying? I got a billion things in my head, and it's like I gotta get it done right now. Let's go. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Like these are the things that's how it's moving in my head. So this is when I came up and I was like, man, you know, this is something that I would like to discuss, but not discuss it in what I'm talking about with anxiety, but just kind of break it down into other things in other scenarios, in other situations and circumstances that needs to be discussed. So we kind of can evaluate within ourselves and around others, why do we all need and sometimes can be a pain pleaser. Because guess what? Either we are or we have something around us that is a pain pleaser. So let's get it. If you look into let's I'm gonna start with my immature thoughts. The immature thoughts of today will be, why do I like to bite my lip when I know blood will come out of it? Why do I like to um pull somebody's hair if I know it can be damaging? But in the same sense, it can be her pleasure. Why do I put myself in situations when I know it can be very detrimental? Why do I eat in the middle of the night when I know damn well I'm about to go to sleep right after it? Why not just go to damn sleep? Let's think about those things when we're going through this process of the show. The reason why we are putting ourselves in these kind of situations when it could be very hurting, hurtful, damaging to our lifestyle, our health, our mindset, but yet we tend to bring this onto ourselves, very aware of the outcomes. But in the same sense, we take that as something that is it soothes our cravings in a sense. So let's dig in. A plain pleaser. To me, this is my definition. This is something I always like to do when I do my shows. I will always like to describe and discuss and really just define what I'm about to talk about. Don't like to harp on something without you understanding exactly what it means first. So let's just break it down. To me, a pain pleaser is an individual or an entity that provides pain to the conscious, which is your thinking and your imagination, and your subconscious, which is your emotions and your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So I guess let's dig deep into that part when it comes to an individual and an entity. All right, when it comes to an individual, once again, like I always tell y'all, it could be yourself. You can be the pain pleaser. You know what I'm saying? You could be somebody's pain pleaser. You could be that person to where they need you. You could be that fix. You know what I'm saying? You could be that fix in a very unhealthy way. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're dealing with a person that has attachment issues. You know what I'm saying? So they always call you when they need somebody to be there for them. You know what I'm saying? When they call you because you're gonna sex them good. And even though they know that's not what they need right now, they need to be able to heal themselves and love themselves. But you can be that pain pleaser that's gonna give it to them or hang around with them. They know they don't, it's toxic in their life at that moment because they need that attachment to where you always go into that person. And that's one thing I ain't gonna lie, as a young man, when I was younger, I wasn't aware of, and I was very ignorant, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like me dealing with certain young girls at that time when I was young. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this girl have issues and I know this girl is damaging, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get my dick wet instead of really understanding, evaluating the situation and understand that I am enhancing the pain that she already has. And that's where as men, we gotta evaluate those situations where we're dealing with women that are already in pain. We're applying more of that pain. You know what I'm saying? And the goal is to withdraw yourself from that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because not only could you be healing her, but shit, you might be healing yourself at the same time. So it's always, and I think also it can be detrimental when it comes to pain pleasing. When a man that has low self-esteem, they'll want a woman that can always degrade them. You know what I'm saying? Always tell him he ain't no good. And it's weird, but some people actually like that. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? They like when somebody's degraded them and and using them. They like to be used because it makes them feel validated. You know what I'm saying? But in a sense, it's very toxic. It's very hurting. You know what I'm saying? Because their self-esteem is already low. You know what I'm saying? Once again, you got to withdraw yourself from that situation as an individual. And when it comes to entities, pain pleasers when it comes to entities can be, man, it can be so many things, from music, food, alcohol, shoot, like cigarettes, cannabis, um, so many other little things. Those can be extreme pain pleasers to people that are suffering things, and they run to that to cope. But in a sense, you're not even coping, because especially like with cigarettes, you're not coping with anything, because guess what? Smoking cigarettes is going to lead to another issue besides the issue that you may have. You may be stressed out, but you smoke that cigarette. Guess what? You're not only going to be stressed out, but you got a high chance of having lung cancer. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be careful when it comes to how we introduce certain things in our lives that can be, they call it your quote unquote vice. You know what I'm saying? But to me, I don't call it a vice. I call it a pain pleaser. You know what I'm saying? Because the very benefit of alcohol is to quote unquote numb the pain and the suffering that you're going through already. It makes everything else a little bit easier, but it doesn't really make nothing easier. All it does is cover up what it is. And what it is always going to be there. The goal is, let's not cover it up. How about we focus on it and fix it? But a lot of us don't. A lot of us, we tend to not cope and adjust and adapt to overcome the obstacles of the pain and the headaches and the suffering we do. We tend to find pain pleasers to accommodate with the pain that's already there. So we got to be able to evaluate those things and the entities and the things that we use and that's around us. I'm going to tell you one of the most addictive pain pleasers when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be the club. The club is like one of the best pain pleasers in the world, because when you go to a club, it's like a buffet of bad mistakes. You got alcohol over here. You got the ratchet people over here. You got the high people over here. You got the old niggas in the club that ain't supposed to be in the club. You know what I'm saying? You got the buffet of mistakes in your surroundings. And it makes you feel like no matter what dumb shit you do there, it's accepted. And it makes you feel good to do the dumb shit you doing. But to think about it, if you put yourself out that surrounding, just say you kept your behavior in that surrounding, and you transported yourself into a more civilized surrounding and use those same behaviors in a different surrounding, you look like you look like a damn fool. Why? Because the club, it cuddles your bullshit. It covers your bullshit. You see what I'm saying? That's why I ain't gonna lie, I don't even go to the club no more. You know what I'm saying? Because as I had gotten older, you know what I'm saying, I started evaluating that kind of stuff. I'm like, man, these folks dumb as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I start pointing that out, and I realized that I wasn't in my comfort zone anymore. I wasn't in a spot in my life to need these things. And once you get yourself in a position to realize what type of surrounding that you're in, it's a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to understand, stop putting us like the club is a horrible pain pleaser. I made so many mistakes in the club, so many wrong girls I met in the club and took them out the club. And man, most of the girls I met in the club, I don't even know where they at to this day. It was very unproductive. It was unproductive and it was unhealthy. It's nothing that I could say that I gained in a positive manner going to the club. It was a pain pleaser. You know what I'm saying? Because I needed to get there so I can get away, so I can escape my mind and be in fantasy land. And once I leave the club and I wake up in the next morning, and I look at somebody that I don't forgot who it is, or the makeup make it look like somebody that I don't know no more, to where that whole night was a waste. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but yeah, let's go a little bit further. Let's go when it comes to providing the pain to the conscious, when it comes to your thinking and your imagination. All right, let's look at the imagination part. I like to get into the imagination part. We'll do the thinking later. But when it comes to your imagination, man, TV, TV fucks us so well in the imagination game. Television will make you think the most impossible shit is possible. You know what I'm saying? Like TV will fuck your reality up and make think that the things that is good for you ain't even not even it's a obvious not good for you. But they'll say this shit, perfect example, this fucking vaccine shit. It will fuck with your imagination so bad to tell you you need to take this shit. But at the same time, they'll turn around and tell you need to take 2 or 3 more. But they say all you're supposed to do the first time, they'll tell you you're supposed to take it one time to make you feel safe. But all you doing is taking this shit because of your fear. You're taking this shit because of your fear. Not even knowing what the hell you're injecting in yourself. That's that pain. You so panicked, you so afraid that you're willing to do any damn thing. Shit that ain't even damn verified that it's safe. You'll do it just because they telling you you're supposed to. The TV is one of the original pain pleasures because it provides and advertises all the other fuckery. It gives you it all. It fucks with your thinking, your imagination, your emotions, and your beliefs. It fucks with it all. It will blow your mind to a point of where we will all live as zombies. And that's one reason why I love the show The Walking Dead. I love the show The Walking Dead. Because the reality, most of the people around here is the walking fucking dead. The people that are alive are the people that are woke. You see what I'm saying? The people that are asleep out here that's doing them shit, they are the zombies. We out here walking and doing shit with no awareness. No awareness of the dangers and the shit that we go through. And the shit that we go through that is dangerous, we continue to add more and more and more to our plate, and we're fine with it. Instead of evaluating what the shit is wrong and eliminate it or reducing it in our life, especially the older we get, the more we need to start paying more attention and subtracting and withdrawing things that was detrimental. But we don't. You know what I'm saying? What we do is, as older we get, the more we say, fuck our health, fuck our finances, fuck our well-being, fuck everything about it. Because guess what? I'm getting old while I'm about to die. Like, that's how we'll start thinking as we're getting older. Well, instead, in reverse, as I get older, I want to be healthier. I want to look at things a little bit more when it comes to stability, generational wealth, investing, legacy, and things like that nature. But we get to a point where we get so afraid that we don't even care what we put in our body based off the fact that we're getting old. It's the pain pleasure. Let's go to the next topic. Next topic. Can it lead to an addiction? Hell yeah. One of the biggest addictions can be sex. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest addictions can be sex. And the reason why, because a lot of people don't realize that when you enter and connect with another person, You understand how that soul tie thing works. To where, yeah, you can fuck with somebody so much to where you can start really thinking, behaving like the person you fucking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like it's a lot of habits and it's a lot of ways that Trish does that I do, and I do that shit and I don't even be fucking aware that I'm doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, like, why the fuck I feel like this? Like, it's because it's the connection. It's times where she ain't even gotta say shit. I be like, what you say? And she be like, I ain't say nothing. But I was like, you were thinking some shit. And she be like, yeah. Or it'll be like she'll need something, not even say shit, and I just go and grab it and give it to her. And she'll be like, how you know I wanted that? I'm like, uh-huh. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is real. That shit is real. You will act, think, and do things with the person that you continue to enter on a regular. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real. Why you think like some people have a really fucked up, crazy mood swings and got all these damn different personalities? Is because they've been fucking too many people, or they've been fucking too many people in a time frame. If you fucking so many people in a certain time frame, you will pick up their personalities. That's what that whole bipolar and all that other bullshit come from, because you're diving too much into too many chemistries. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever like played with like chemistry and chemicals and start mixing fucking hydrogen and fucking carbon dioxide and helium and all start throwing all that shit in a damn jar and start shaking that shit up, see once some shit blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like it can get it can be explosive and it can be toxic. You know what I'm saying? We got to be able to be aware of how we're creating imbalanced internally. You know what I'm saying? We got to be more aware of how we're creating pain. And especially with my ladies, man, like when it comes to a lot of women would tend to use that to comfort the hurt. You know what I'm saying? They'll like go that they be like they'll go fuck the pain away. Like if a dude cheated on them or some crazy fucking breakup or some shit, they'll go and they'll go and fuck somebody that know they'll fuck them good because they think they'll fuck the pain away. You know what I'm saying? But you're not. All you doing is creating more of an imbalance. You know what I'm saying? It can be once again mixing. It's very detrimental, especially if you haven't cleansed yourself properly. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be fully aware of how these things can become an addiction, because you could continue using these pains to cope with a pain that continues to happen. And you'll always go to it. That's your go-to. That's your go-to. That's your go-to. And after a while, your body, your mindset, your psyche can get very normalized to that. And that's when the issue comes into play, because it becomes normalized. Another addiction. We'll stay on this a little bit because I feel like it's very needed when we're talking about addictions, because it's a lot of addictions that can take place. On a male standpoint, a lot of men, especially now in this age, video games can be a very unaware pain pleaser. And let me tell you why. A lot of men will become very antisocial, and not only will they become antisocial, but they will become unrealistic in their behaviors based off of staying in tune into video games and not really understand how the real world works. not only where the real world works, but if you got a lady, a wife or a fiance or whoever, you're not learning how to socialize and interact with her if you spend so much time staying in fantasy land in your video game. Because at the end of the day, once you beat the game, you get nothing from it. It's the sheer pleasure of saying I beat something. But you're not going to gain nothing after you beat it. You've gained nothing. You spend hours. And they're rigging game system so well now to where shit, you can spend weeks, months, damn near a year to beat games. Like they got the NBA 2K, they got that shit rigged so bad to where even if you want to like play yourself, they'll start you like at a rating of 60, and in order to get to like a 90 rating to where you really good, that should take you 8 to 9 months. Unless you like buy cheat codes to rate, like it takes that long. So you're gonna have to invest to improve yourself in the game. That means that takes time. Instead of investing in your relationship, investing in your career, investing in your purpose, investing in your health, it takes away from all of that and it hinders you as a person dramatically. And as you're standing there, times goes by. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it be days where I be thinking about I want to play the game a little bit, but my day go by so fast to where I never get a chance to, because it be so much that I have to do within my day. And then just say if I get my day done, maybe 12, 1 o'clock. By the time I even think about touching that controller, my ass is asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally fighting to keep my eyes awake to push a damn button. Like I can't do this shit. Let me just go to bed because I need to rest. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to rest. Once again, the pain pleaser. Like I'm gonna put my eyes. I'm gonna damage my eyes. I'm gonna fuck up more of my sleeping pattern just to play this video game. I'm like, man, I can't do this shit. Let me take my ass to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I've been doing more than I used to. Sometimes, man, I'm like, I get one game in. And I try to manage it, but now it's to a point now where my schedule has gotten wider and things to do. I'm like, man, I ain't got time at all. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say goodbye to that shit and just handle what I need to handle, because I realize that it's not really needed. I'm more satisfied from the inside, from the accomplishments of the things I do on a day-to-day basis, to where that is not needed in my life to me feel anything of any essence from playing it. So what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So that's where video games can become very addictive to men. And lately it's been kind of getting more into the women's side too, but mainly it's been a lot of men. They're escaping their relationship issues, they're escaping their work issues, they're escaping their life, their kids to tend to something that is not going to be beneficial with you down the road. Unless your job is a gamer and you're making millions of dollars, then I'm not talking about you. But otherwise, we gotta stop avoiding those kind of addictions. And I'm gonna touch one more addiction, and then we're gonna fall into the next topic. The next addiction I want to cover is it's gonna be in the sense of, how can I put it? Control. Control can be a pain pleaser, and this is the thing, how control can be addictive. Um, in the sense of, as we have evolved from kids to teenagers to adults and et cetera, we go through life sometimes and always trying to gain some kind of control in our life. Some of us get there. Some of us get to the point where we have control of our lives, and some people don't. And with the people that don't have control in their lives, or have complete know how to manage their life, they will tend to try to control others and manipulate others. And that can be very, very scary, because when you start trying to manipulate and control others, you're literally um not only hurting yourself, but you can really damage somebody else in the long term, which can probably lead to damaging somebody else in their long term. It can be a very nasty domino effect. Excuse me. Mm. Because the topic of hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And that's where that can tie in at. Where if you controlling this person so tightly, to a point to where it can fall in, fall in, fall in, and fall into the next person. Just say two people are dating, and you're a control freak, and you control this person to the point of they saying fuck it and leaving you, right? So that person that said fuck it and leaves you, they get with another person. So what they're gonna do with that next person, not even being aware of it. But when they get to that next person, they're gonna fight for control to that person, because they lost so much of themselves in the situation previously. And that domino effect can continue and continue until somebody resolve it. It's like the exchange of power. You know what I'm saying? It's the exchange of power. And you we get caught up in that sometimes with, what I'm saying, parenting, dating, marriage, um, hell, even at your job. You know what I'm saying? Job. It can be exchange of power. Somebody's trying to fight and tuggle for control of a situation or their surroundings, because they feel like if you don't have control, that you are vulnerable, and you could be scared of being vulnerable. I feel like in some situations, especially when it comes to a relationship, you shouldn't have to try to fight for any kind of control. And if you go into a relationship thinking that you gotta fight for control, or you got to feel like you have to manipulate a relationship or a situation, then you need to get out that situation, because that is not going to be the fit for you. You got to be able to go into a situation to where it fits your system, it fits your ideology, it fits these things. Not necessarily saying that the person gotta think exactly like you, gotta be exactly like you. No, what I'm saying is that person should be able to understand and kind of be able to relate from other examples of where you coming from. If that person has no idea, no awareness of where you're coming from, then you're going to have a hard time getting that person to understand where you're coming from. It's not going to happen. I think we talked about this in one of my other shows when it came to like the whole, like, it would be hard for me personally to date in a race in a interrelation in an interracial relationship, because that person would have a hard time understanding where I come from. It'll be hard for me to sit down and break these things down for them to relate to me in every way. Every day will be a 5-6 hour conversation, and we may not even still get nowhere. It's good to get with somebody that's kind of going to be on your scale of things, so it'll be easier for y'all to communicate and translate information. The goal is to find somebody on your frequency. You know what I'm saying? That you can vibe with. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the whole control thing don't need to be there. You should not have any kind of sense of I gotta fight for control or something. That's not the position of the relationship that needs to be played. The position that needs to be played is how can I be an asset to this team? How can I be supportive? How can I be productive? Not how I can run and control and tell this person what I want and what I need and how. No, it shouldn't be like that. It needs to be a system to where we both going to want the best from each other. But this addiction thing, man, when it comes to control, we got to minimize that, because I'm telling you, I see it every day where people are fighting each other, hitting each other, throwing stuff, putting each other in jail. Hell, it's getting to a point where I saw some lady rant her dude over. We got to not have these kind of situations become. It can become addictive to you, and not only to you, but it can become addictive to our offspring, to where they'll be fighting for these same things in their relationships. And that's not the example that we should need to be trying to set when it comes to being addicted to the control of a situation or our surroundings. Sometimes it will not be in our control. Will not be in our control. So, next thing, how do we withdraw from the pain? From the things that we've talked about, from club, TV, alcohol, cigarettes, control, sex, you know what I'm saying? From all these things, video games, how do we withdraw this pain? The best way that I've learned is through a couple little things that I've always done. I like to meditate. I meditate a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a big meditator. Man, it's got to a point like I don't even really when it comes to even some music, I like to listen to music with no words. I like to just hear the beats. I like to hear the sounds. You know what I'm saying? The beta, the alpha, the gamma rays. You know what I'm saying? I like to hear the sounds. So I can take myself to another world, another place, and I get my connection to the Most High, and that's where I get my information. You know what I'm saying? Because I turn my frequency to the highest waves. You know what I'm saying? I get myself out there. You know what I'm saying? When I come back to myself and I get back grounded, I apply these things that I've learned, and I apply it with the most optimistic mindset, with the most positive mindset. And that's one reason why I keep my damn self away from negative people mindsets and all the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I start hearing bullshit or something negative and bullshit, I'm like, I cut it. You know what I'm saying? I cut it. Cause that's not where I'm at up here. When I'm up here, I'm getting nothing but positive. So when I come down here, that's all I'm trying to maintain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bring no negative up here, and I'm not trying to bring no negative back down here. I keep my shit positive, 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 positive. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to embrace. I don't need to embrace the ways and the sounds of a person's excuses, or a person's downfalls, or a person's lack of motivation, lack of ambition, lack of will, lack of want, procrastinating. You know what I'm saying? I don't need that, because that's not what I am. So I make sure I keep it away from me. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't about building and growing, then I can't fuck with it, because that's not the connection that I have with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, because when I talk to him, I don't give him excuses. You know what I'm saying? That's how I heal, because I heal with no excuses. I never say, man, this what it was. You know what I'm saying? This what happened. And, you know what I'm saying? It was so-and-so fault. You know, I was just around. But I was around because I chose to be in that position. What made me get in that decision? I made a decision to be in that situation. So what do I need to do different? Not put myself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy for us to make excuses, because guess what? We don't even want to accept accountability of the decisions that we made to get us in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Take full accountability from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. But we don't. And that's where we will always continue to be in pain, and we'll always continue to find and run the stuff to please us when we're in pain, because We don't want to accept the pain that we got and understand that that shit needs to be fixed. Because in order to fix it, you got to put in work. And guess what? A lot of us ain't willing to do that shit. Why? Because it takes too much time. You know what I'm saying? In the reality, it was so weird. I remember I was watching this show. They had a club and they blacked out all the windows in the club. So when you go in the club, you part of the club, you left out the club, you didn't know if that shit was night or day. Like you literally would go in the club, party all night, come out, and the shit was like daytime. And what they did was they make it seem like, okay, we go in there, like time stops. Time stops. So when you come out, you spent 10, 12 hours, but it doesn't feel like it. Trust me, the time went by. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in pain, you're so numb to how your body go through phases of the hour when you're in pain. But when you actually start working through that pain, it feels like the time that you were when you were in pain. You see it. You see the hours. When you go to the gym and you spend an hour in the gym, you see that shit. You know what I'm saying? If you spend time eating right, or you got to take these vitamins at 8 p.m. and you got to take these vitamins at 8 a.m. and you got to do this and do that and do this. Like you see the hours. You see it because you got to be aware of the shit that you're doing. And that's the thing. When you are aware of the shit that you're doing, then you have the ability to build and grow because you're aware of the progress. But when you are unaware and you are numbed to your life and you numb to the pain, you're numb to the bullshit, you numb to all this fuckery, then yes, your life will go by. And when it goes by, you will have no progress. Because you're still stuck in the bullshit of saying, hey, I don't have to take accountability. I'm fine the way I am. And when that day comes to where we all look back and we see our results, our outcomes, and what folds from it, then all of us will really see where you line up on the food chain of what you deserve and what you don't deserve. Because that's the problems that a lot of us tend to see when we get a certain age. Like I know a lot of people that's older and they're like, dang, like I deserved better. Well, if you deserved better, you would have got it. You know what I'm saying? Like you would have got it if you deserved better. You didn't get it because you didn't put the work in to get what you deserve. I know I'm going to get what I deserve because I'm going to put the work in to get what I want. I'm not going to sit back and hope and wish and hope and wish, but I'm going to participate, be proactive, and I'm going to engage. But if you don't do these steps, you'll never get that point of withdrawal. You know what I'm saying? You're going to stay in what they call it. What's that purgatory? You're going to be in life purgatory. A lot of us going to live in purgatory in the real world to where you will be stuck in the middle to the end of your life. You'll be in the middle. You'll be in life purgatory. So, necessary steps to recovery. Let's get back to it when it comes to, like I say, the meditation. Not only do you need to meditate to withdraw from that pain, but also I personally, like I said, once I start withdrawing from the pain, because once you start withdrawing for the pain, one of the things that I've noticed is you can kind of you can feel kind of like you don't know where to start. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us, once you start withdrawing from things, even like if you're withdrawing from meat or any other thing, you really don't know where to start from there, because it's like, damn, like the whole world is to your grab now, because you're taking these steps to get things off of you. So where do I go from there? One of the biggest things that I learned that helps, get a journal. Write stuff down. Write your thoughts. Write how you feel. Write what you want to feel, how you want to be. Write, what you did that day, and what you feel like you trying to, what goals you trying to reach tomorrow, and what goals you trying to reach next month. You know what I'm saying? A journal is a great thing to have. Um, like I think I told y'all before, like I'm writing my memoirs, and it's a great experience while I'm writing my memoirs. Um, get a journal. Besides getting a journal, make a workout plan. Make a workout plan. Uh, make a workout plan with a eating program, and start working out. Have an eating program. You know what I'm saying? Write this stuff down. Have a plan. You know how many weights you did or how much you ran. You know what I'm saying? Record your progress as you taking care of yourself from the inside and the outside. Cause you know what I'm saying? You go get your body right, get your legs, get your chest, get your arms right. Like you're gonna have all those things in place. You know what I'm saying? Then the next step that I always like to people to do, that I love to do, you know what I'm saying? This is my love. And I know my cousin definitely love, she know I love this. Read, buy books. I love books, man. Like, dude, like I grab a book, man, I pop on my couch, man, like, and I be in it. Get books, read. A lot of people don't do this no more. It's kind of weird, but reading is so great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned so much. Man. Like, read. It blows my mind the amount of information that's in books that none of us open. The pages, we never look at this stuff. We do a lot of stuff from word of mouth. We don't even read nothing. The information is there, and we don't even take time to research to find it to read it. You know what I'm saying? These things are powerful. It's a reason. People gotta understand. It's a reason why they wanted to hang back black people, because we knew how to read. It was a reason for that. It's a reason why they wanted to hang us and kill us. But we don't read. You know what I'm saying? Hell, and if maybe, you know what? And a lot of people don't. A lot of people, some people probably have like dyslexia and other disorders where they might not be able to read. And for those people, audiobooks are great. You know what I'm saying? YouTube got an endless rack of audiobooks on YouTube. If you're not a reader, you know what I'm saying? Even if you are a reader and you're driving long distance or at the gym working out, you know what I'm saying? You can listen to an audiobook while you're working out, driving long distance, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The resources is there. So there's no excuses. Read, work out. You know what I'm saying? Write in your journal. Another thing that I do, like I said, I'm gonna give you two more things. Another thing that I love to do is to do things with hand and eye coordination. I like to want to work on my hand and eye coordination. And what I mean by that is, like, I like building jigsaw puzzles. Matter of fact, me and Trish we went and bought one, and I brought it home, and we worked on a jigsaw puzzle a couple of days ago. We built it together. You know what I'm saying? We started, got it. I let her do one half. I did, and we got it together. We finished it in one night. But I love jigsaw puzzles. You know what I'm saying? Like, those things are awesome, man. Like, you could do so much with it. It jigsaw puzzles teaches you so much. It teaches you to understand that just because it looked like it fits, don't mean it fits. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need to be patient, evaluate all your options to make sure it fits. And that scenario works and applies into the world itself, to where things that you think may fit don't always fit in your life. And I remember when I had built this 5,000 piece, before I did a 5,000 piece puzzle. Okay, so you sell books. Okay. Need a you need to drop your. Well, I got your information. Yeah, she sell books, y'all. So y'all need to get a book. She sell them. But I had built this 5,000 piece puzzle, and it took me like 6 months to finally build it. But it was such a learning experience in my life because I learned patience to the highest level. You know what I'm saying? I learned patience to the highest level. Because it took one moment of that puzzle thing, I literally had to break that shit apart and start all over. Now I want y'all to think about this. This shit's 5,000 pieces, right? And I think I had got to like 1,000. I think it was like 1,500, and I realized that it was one side that looked like it fit, and that shit wasn't even the right damn pieces. So I had to break that shit all the way apart and redo it all over again. Cause the shit looked like it's supposed to fit on that side. And I mean, man, like, ooh. But I finished it. But to get back on that, those are my things. Those are the steps that I did. These are the things that I feel like people need to apply and practice and use. It's a the bonus. I'm gonna give you a bonus step. A bonus step is to get around positive people that are smarter than you. That's gonna be my bonus. My bonus is to get around positive people that are smarter than you. The reason why I say that is because when you get around positive people that are smarter than you, they're gonna force you to grow uncomfortably. They're gonna make you grow uncomfortably because they're gonna ask you questions, and it's gonna be questions your ass might not have an answer to, and they're gonna make you literally go home then after you leave from them and figure out how to do what the hell they just asked or find out the answer to that. They're going to make you become better in a way that you never thought of because guess what? That's why they're smarter than you because they gonna have experience and understanding and knowledge of shit that you have no idea about, and they're gonna stretch your brain. They're gonna work your brain out to learn and get onto their level. The goal is not to stay on the level of the people that you already around. The goal is to elevate yourself around people that you don't know that are smarter than you. When you're not the sharpest tool in the tool shed, that is the tool shed I want to fucking be in. Because I want to become sharper eventually. And when I become sharper than that tool shed, damn it, I want to go to another fucking barn. And I want to be in that tool shed with all the motherfucking tools, and I want to continue to get as sharp as I can in that. And that's the process of a mindset that we have to be in. But a lot of us tend to stay in that mindset of not being around the people. Do you collect art? Yeah, I actually do. I collect black art. I have a lot of black art. Um, yeah, I collect a lot of black art. I'm actually going to get more into that since I've been getting more into to like collecting comic books. I am diving back into collecting black art. Because I think I got one on my bed, on above my bed. I got one in front of my bed, and I think got I got about three of them, and I'm gonna buy some more. So yeah, I'm definitely getting into the art thing big time. Trish is a real good drawer and painter, so I'm actually I'm probably gonna be in the mix of selling some of her shit. To be honest with you, I ain't gonna lie. I'm finna slave her out, make her draw some stuff and paint some stuff for me, cause she got mad skills for real on that shit. But I digress. Let's get back onto the topic. Those are the steps, and I gave you a bonus. So I'm gonna keep it simple for the night. Cause like I said, I'm gonna do an hour, and I'm close to my 6 minutes. I'm 5 minutes. So we're gonna hit the final thought. This is my final thought, people. Pain can be easily associated with pleasure in every way. We do it in a lot of ways, from, like I said, how we play in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? People like to get spanked, whipped, bitten, and all these other things. Um, just like men, we like to wrestle, fight, punch each other, kick, and do all these things. We like to be rough with each other. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure and pain can be easily associated. Everything should have boundaries, restrictions, limitations on how we apply this stuff into our lives. Because sometimes it can tend to get out of hand, and it can be, once again, uh, 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 we can get to a into a spot in our life to where it's a no return. You can get trapped into that hole and cannot get yourself out of it, because we could tend to get greedy, or we'll tend to get what's the word, careless in how we conduct ourselves on the day-to-day basis in and outside of our household. So the goal is, when it comes to how we evaluate and approach pleasure, we got to make sure that we are in a good place in our life. You got to make sure that you are going in a very productive steps in your life, to where it does not be misled into any kind of sense of any kind of negativity. Because in your life, it's easy for you to be aware and call out the bullshit that's negative, and that can be very hurtful in your life. And when you see it, you can call it out then and say, nah, this shit ain't for me. But if you are already mixed with some pain, some hurt, some issues that's already inside internally, it's hard for you to decipher what is good and what's bad, what's hurtful and what's helpful. It's hard for you to understand the difference. It's hard for you to decipher. So understand your position, understand your mindset, understand what kind of relationship you have with the Most High, and how do He lead you, and do you actually allow Him to lead you, and how do you judge your instincts? How do you judge your instincts? If your instincts are fucked up to where you're saying this, I always keep meeting fucked up people in my life. I'm always having bad luck, and I'm always having this, or I'm always having that. If these are things that are happening, it's a problem. Check it. And that's my includes my final thought. I want to do a quick little promo, free advertising for the fam. She got a show. Um, she got a show on Wednesdays and Friday nights. Check her out. She has an Instagram. Also, check out a Discord. Discord is called Victory Center for Hope and Healing. It's a cool Discord. Check her out. Check her out. Yeah, definitely check her out. Also for me, hey, for the ones that are watching, see, I changed my. If y'all noticed, I changed the angle of my camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of see my face a little bit. It was kind of far out in another direction. You know what I'm saying? But I fixed it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can see me a little bit, and I still ain't got the glare as bad. So I'm making it work. I'm making it work. But in the future, I do plan on doing video animation, while having me a little cartoon character talking, being me, and you know what I'm saying, I ain't got to have none of these problems. But hey, man, this is a good one. I mean, I'm still in the dark, but they ain't the point. They ain't the point. You know what I'm saying? The point is that I have changed the positioning of the camera. You know what I'm saying? You still can see me a little bit. You don't need to see me all the way. You ain't gotta see me all the way. But hey, it's been a pleasure, y'all, and I'm out.